Greetings fellow gamers, this is Small Archangel and I'm back here in my Alpha 10 Creative Zone. We're still waiting for the release of 7 Days to Die Alpha 11, and while we do, I'm having some fun just building stuff for the sheer heck of it. So my Creative Zone started developing a few, I've got bits and pieces all over the place in here now, just wandering around doing random things, so like my water entry experiment for example. I'm very fond of these things. Great way of getting up a sheer cliff face. And this also, which was my nerd polling experiment, which was quite something. I wanted to see if there was a ceiling on a height we could build at, because I've never really tried building something really epically tall. But yeah, so I didn't actually get past... I think I used 3 stacks of wood frames to go up there, so you can see quite how tall that was. I mean, by the time I got to the top there, I pretty much couldn't see the ground anymore. It was sort of, the mist had closed in, and I'll leave it to you to decide exactly how that experiment turned out. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. So there you go. I'm not sure. Having done that, I'm not sure that there is actually an upward limit on how tall we can build. Certainly, that whole thing should have, if physics were correct in this game, should have collapsed under its own weight, but it didn't. So anyway, that's not what I intended to show you today. What I intended to show today was my new base build over here. It's base house build over here. So I saw this piece of cliff, and yet again, oh, we do hit this bouncing thing. It's enough to make anyone seasick. You know, sometimes you can get swimming straight, and sometimes you just can't. There we go. No, not quite. Oh, they really need to tweak the swimming physics, if you ask me. So I saw this this cliff here sticking out, and I just thought I've got to do something with that. So I did. So I've built myself a nice villa here, which you can just sort of... So I'm going to get out of the water, and I've got a water entry here as well, because it really is the best way of getting in anywhere, quite frankly. Since I figured out how to build them, I'm just building them all over the place. I love them. Okay, so this is my Roman-esque villa type thing. It just turned out to be that way around, actually. I didn't intend for it to really look this way. I was just going to build a nice sort of modern-looking base, but actually I quite like the flavour of it that I ended up with. So I made this room here into, it's just a pool, but I cunningly put a sort of step there, because if you don't, you just can't even get out of your own swimming pool, which is ridiculous. So there we go. And also nice skylight there, and lots of windows, and then just open on the front here. I'm just trying to remember where because I was going to light one of these fires as well, just for effect. So I decided with these fires that it's been a while since I did a fireplace like this. Basically in... I misplaced that candle. How careless. Basically, I used to use fireplaces like this in Minecraft all the time. And you don't even need the structural integrity in Minecraft. But I was watching a G4K video recently, and that reminded me that I hadn't used a through sort of fireplace chimney thing like this for ages, and in 7 Days to Die at all, in fact. And it really is a very good way of ensuring structural integrity, especially when you use a strong block. These aren't actually a very strong block, because, well, you can't even craft them in the game at the moment, but I've got a rebar structure in the middle of these 3 blocks. So I put a fire guard there. Technically you can stand on your own fire and it doesn't actually hurt you, but I just thought it looked good, so there you go. So that's my pool area with fireplace. We've got a nice little study area here. I just like to have places to stow my books. Mainly the only reason for stowing books is for co-op mode, you know, if you've got anybody who hasn't learned some of the recipes yet. And this window is quite quirky. Basically, I had to sort of, yeah, mine my way through the rock to the outside, so it's a bit of a strange shape on the outside there, but I quite like the effect, actually. I have a bathroom through here. Basically, it's bling. I mean, there isn't too much. You can get water out of there, obviously, and toilet similarly, but I do like to have places to put my medicine cabinets, to, you know, put more cupboards to store, I don't know, bottles or whatever, medication, basically. I just like to have lots of storage space. Well, this house kills rabbits, I have noticed that. My living area is here, so that's just bling. It's all just bling, basically. This house is just, you know, just for the heck of it, as I say, to see what you can get away with. See what you can do. So that's the living area there, and then I have my kitchen through here. And I quite like this way of doing light fittings, right? Knocking a bit out of the ceiling like that. And we're very well served in here with cupboard space. My dual fridge model, which is what I normally do, to have meat in one and sort of grown stuff in the other. And I like to use my oven as a place to store cooked foods. And then plenty of cupboard space and beverage coolers, which I do hope we'll be able to make eventually, for putting beer and stuff in. Obviously I've got coffee in that one. I think I've got beer in the one in the living room. Okay, and that just goes all the way around. We've got some nightstands there, largely because you can put a candle on top of them, but also partly because I can put stuff in there if I want to as well. So we can go all the way around in this base, and then the bedroom is up these stairs here on a kind of a mezzanine. And again, I've got a nice skylight there because there's no other way of light getting through here. This is all of artificial light except for some light that comes in through the fireplace aperture. And I do like the way that light behaves in this game. Actually, it's fairly realistic, so the roof lights are very effective. You can see my Roman-esque tiles on the roof outside there. I'm very fond of those, actually. And I did find that apart from the wedge-shaped ones, those ones that you can see here, the other ones of those are actually robbable, which is quite good. And so is this white adobe. Now, obviously, this is my cheat mode, so I just cheated like heck to get everything I needed, including this window above my head. But you can actually rob out the corner blocks and the square blocks of the terracotta roof tile and the white adobe as well. So if you see a likely looking apartment block in the city biome, it is worth taking a little bit of time to smash lumps out of it, because you'll get the white adobe, the roof tile blocks there, or some of them at least, and then some of the cream wall as well, which I haven't got in here to see. But there you go, there's my bedroom, and I like to have, you know, some storage for my clothes and stuff. And as per usual, I have, can't see, I picked up the wrong one there. We have a bed buried underneath the floor, which means that, and I have tested this, when I respawn, I do actually respawn, you know, on top of the bed, which is pretty much where, you know, where I want to be, isn't it? So it's pretty cool. It works quite well. Now I have to literally make my bed. No, it's that one. These beds are so difficult to put together. There we go. And then the only bit of the house then that remains is, and I wish we had some slightly more blingy hatches, is the cellar, which I was going to do some stairs, but there's just no space for stairs here, so I put a suitcase there instead. And down the ladder we have a basement area, which is for storage. Got some gun safes there, lockers there, my supply crates, and then I've got 3 forges, one for iron molds, one for lead, one for brass I think it is, and then various other molds elsewhere. And then I've also got these, which I use as, well, stills I suppose, for distilling stuff. And again, because I'm you know, cheating my socks off. Basically, I've been able to use all sorts of blocks which you wouldn't otherwise have access to. So these smokestack blocks do make for quite good looking sort of, I don't know, furnace cooking type fires there. And then these pipes here just feed straight up into my chimney. And to finish this video, I'm gonna do something that I try not to do even in creative mode too much, though sometimes you do need to, which is use the fly facility to show you the top of this thing. Okay, now I did actually build this roof and the chimney by actually climbing up the cliff here, so you can see all the way down there. It's a long way up, and you can go all the way over here. And obviously the main thing with this, I mean, yeah, you get a fantastic view here, and yeah, loads of light, and the place looks great and things, if I do say so myself. But it is a pipe dream at the end of the day. This is not a practical solution in a zombie apocalypse, of course, for several fairly obvious reasons. Not only can a horde of zombies make their way up here and then just basically come crashing in through my sort of roof lights, or just pounding my roof to smithereens because it's not particularly strong, or dropping down onto here and then marauding in here. There's no defense against the wasps either. They can just fly straight in. And then the other thing, of course, is that while you have this wonderful panoramic view out across the water, this is not a good idea as defense strategy is concerned, because any kind of horde can pretty much rampage across under the water unseen, so that even if you are aware of their presence at the foot of the cliff, there is precious little you can do about it. You can't see them. The only way you can really start to attack them is by diving into the water, at which point it's really so deep, well, I'm not even sure if it's quite deep enough to stay above their heads, but out of range of their melee attacks, really. And you can't really shoot, especially with this bouncing effect, you can't really shoot through water unless you are under the water yourself, which, yeah, which, you know, and when you're bouncing around like that because there's nothing else you can do, it's extremely awkward to aim. And once they do get hold of you, the zombies, if they manage to stun you when you're underwater, you're pretty much done for, especially with a horde of them. And of course the zombies have a distinct advantage over us because they don't die. They don't drown in the water. So personally, I really try and avoid fighting zombies underwater because it's really not a very level playing field at all. And so, yeah, ultimately what you would end up with in a place like this is a whole horde of zombies smacking heck out of the cliff underneath the fortress or whatever you've built, and to the point where the whole thing just collapses, which is a terrible shame and a real wasted effort. And I have had personal experience of this happening. In point of fact, as I was making this house, the roof fell on me twice as I was digging into the cliff. Semi on purpose, I have to say, because it's a lot easier to have everything fall in on you and collapse rather than having to dig it all out by hand, even if it does kill you. So this house build literally killed me twice. Or was it 3 times? No, I think it was twice. But I'm pretty pleased with the result, and I hope you agree. I do think, I don't know, I do think there is I don't know, every time there's a game, if there's a game that gives me the remotest excuse to sort of start being creative and building stuff, then I tend to do that. I just tend to go with it. So yeah, it's total unrepentant cheating, but there you go. It's in the name of creativity, so it's fine. So I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway, and if so, hit the like button and watch out for more on 7 Days to Die, from me, Small Archangel. I might be able to fit in the odd extra episode before the long-awaited Alpha 11 update comes out. Absolutely, literally no idea when that's going to come out. Soon, we hope, but I don't know. I'm cool if it doesn't come out too soon as well, because that means that I can get on and have fun and enjoy the things I've built before they, they disappear, before I can't use them anymore. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!